Hello Sagittarians, welcome to Demelo Universe. Thank you so much for joining us. This is for the sun sign of Sagittarius, and Sagittarians, this is your Mercury Retrograde reading for the 29th of December to the 18th of January 2023. Beautiful Sagittarians, Mercury is the ruler of Gemini, which is the lover's energy, the twins energy, the twin flame energy, asking you to release the conditioned mind, the conditioned heart, to center within source energy, fully embrace the source energy you are, to allow inspired thoughts, inspired ideas, imaginings born of your mind, intuitive promptings, inspired emotions born of your heart. It's time that source is the basis of all that you do, beautiful Sagittarius, and heals the physical to the source you are. We are also in Capricorn season, which is the 10th house energies, 10 of earth energies, 10 of pentacles energy. The 10 becomes the 1, which is the magician. So you're really learning how you create. You are really stepping into your alchemy, into your power, into your magic, into the alchemist, the magician you are. And with the retrograde energies, you are being shown what you still perhaps entertain, which conditions and programming you still entertain, which displace you from being in your creative power. Because it's time that 10 of Pentacles, it's time that your destiny aligns with your source, Sagittarius. Okay, let us see what comes through with you, this Mercury retrograde, Sagittarius. At the center, we have the world. Within, we have the King of Cups. We have the 9 of Cups without. Okay. We have the Ace of Cups below. Wow, Sagittarius, this is a beautiful energy and a very beautiful reading. Look at this. Oh, just an extra message here. And look at this. Extra message. Because we can feel where this reading is going, and it's stunning. And Spirit just wants to add this extra overlap. Follow your intuition. With the Knight of Swords, you will receive the guidance. It's time for you to release the moon, the conditioning, the illusion, and allow divine love. Okay, the Gemini energy, here it is, divine love. It's time that you allow yourself to be guided by divine love. And we see it here with the King of Cups within. Divine love, divine love, divine love. Release the illusion. Don't be guided by manipulation, by the ego, by fear, by what other people expect, by your reality. Sagittarius, you like lists, you like plans, you like having structure, and it's time that this is released. Okay, remember, you are the center energy, you are the whole frequency. It's time that the wholeness of you to come, and release the idea that you are reckless unless you've got your stuff together. Okay, it almost feels like when you are listening to guidance, you almost feel, it's a little bit too whimsical, a bit too reckless, and Spirit keeps saying, but Sagittarius, you are magic. You're the only star sign to have a mystical animal represent you, a mystical being rather, a mystical creature, a mystical frequency. Honor you as its emblem, the centaur. You are pure magic. So it's time that you believe in the whimsical. It's time that you believe in the magic. It's time that you believe in the miracles, because you are the frequency of miracles. The Temperance is your card. The Alchemist, okay? This is you creating where other people cannot create. This is you opening portals and doors where other people cannot even see them. Your magic is boundless, but it requires you to be a little bit more trusting in your magic, in you, a bit more free and not so structured and limited with the illusion. It's time that you release the conditioning and really trust in what you're receiving. Trust in that divine love guidance during this Mercury retrograde. Okay, we do feel Spirit is going to guide you down interesting paths, ways of being, and you might doubt it because You can't see clearly, and Source is saying you're not meant to see clearly, you're meant to discover it. Stop needing the path to be clear before you are stable. Stop giving the physical so much power over you. Be intuitive, go with the flow, release the reins, surrender, and you'll be amazed at how much abundance you allow yourself to receive. And that's the key. Allow yourself to receive. Okay, crowning. So many cards, spirits. Crowning. Can we summarize all of that into one card? I will, and we can receive all the messages through one card. Spirit has so much to say to you, Sagittarius. It feels like all of you have so much you are going through, but the basis is truly just follow divine love. Look at this. What is going on? Just as an extra, you did receive, look, the Wheel of Fortune and the 10 of Cups, 10-10. So, and look at this, King of Cups, 9 of Cups, Ace of Cups. You are magic, and things are going to work out in your favor. You just have to trust this beautiful rabbit hole Spirit is leading you under. Okay, Spirit is saying, I just saw this beautiful vision of a white rabbit going down a rabbit hole, and you're thinking, I don't know if I'm going to go down the rabbit hole. And Spirit saying, go down the rabbit hole. Trust the guidance of Source. Magic lies ahead. Okay, Spirit, can we get crowning energies for Sagittarius? What's crowning? There we go. Yep. Look, the 10 of Wands. Release the burden. Release the illusion. You saw the 10 of Cups. You saw the 10 of Wheel of Fortune. Look at what you are destined. But it's time that you stop looking at what's around you. Stop letting the world keep you down. It feels like the world, the rules, the regulations, how it is to be a responsible human, a responsible father, a responsible mother, a responsible this. It's really distorting your frequency, a responsible colleague, a responsible human, how to be a contributing member of society. All these rules, they really keep you limited and restricted. And it's time that you release them and understand they do not exist. It's all illusion. They literally imprison you. And when you are free from that and you follow your intuition, divine love, let divine love guide you, let what feels good guide you, you are going to step into a whole new world, which is phenomenal. You saw the Wheel of Fortune, you saw the 10 of Cups, powerful. You saw the Lover's card, powerful energies. Ace of Cups, 9 of Cups, King of Cups, powerful energies. Beneath the deck, you have the 5 of Pentacles. Yes, Spirit is saying it's time that you release. You're stepping out of the lack energies. Okay, there's a healing coming through for you, this Mercury Retrograde, where you are finally stepping out of the 5 of Pentacles, but it requires you to go into the 5 of Pentacles, which means releasing and letting go. Releasing and letting go the burden, the rules, the regulations, the restrictions, the obligations. It's really time that you release all the tethers that you are keeping around out of guilt, out of fear, out of whatever it might be. They don't serve you, and it feels like you don't understand the impact of them. It's almost like, for example, maybe there's a family member or a friend who there's nothing more you can gain from the relationship. There's nothing more that you can receive from there, and it's time for you to release this relationship. And yet, out of guilt or out of fear of being alone, out of fear of perhaps needing support or whatever it might be, maybe your circumstance is not looking that great, so you're trying to hold on to as many things as a safety net. And Source is saying, why on earth would you allow a vibration that doesn't serve you to be a safety net? That's literally like jumping out of a burning building and expecting a net with a hole in it to catch you. Sorry, the way Source showed me was ridiculous. And Source is saying it's time that you release these safety nets, which aren't really safety nets. It's time for you to really release all of these old energies that are not serving you, and for you to trust that what lies ahead is golden and beautiful. Yes, it's in the dark. Yes, you have no idea. Yes, it's the unknown, and yes, it scares you completely. But you are the centaur. The unknown is your home, Sagittarius. The unknown is your home, because that's where you allow all of you to be. That's the wholeness of you. That's the magic of you. And this Mercury retrograde season, we feel that that's going to almost be your challenge, because with the world, it's time for you to wrap up a major soul cycle. It's time for you to release these energies, release the burden. It's time for you to step out of this illusion of false security with these experiences or people or ways of being that just don't honor you. It's time for you to end a cycle which doesn't honor you. And here Spirit is saying, and you're being guided with divine love, the King of Cups energy. This is the divine masculine energy within each and every single one of you. It is not a gender. This is the action energy. This is the light, the physical. And Source is saying it's time for the physical, for the light to love you, to nurture you, to care for you. It's time that you choose energies that care and nurture, and only that care and nurture. You see, Source is saying all of these ones, these people, these connections, these experiences that are sort of like, if you were, okay, interesting. Source is saying, if you had all the money in the world, right, and then you chose to relocate to an island, and you got to choose who can come and live with you, a lot of these people, they wouldn't make the list in a million years, and yet you still have them in your life. And a lot of these situations and ways of being, you wouldn't allow near you, and yet you still have them. And Source is saying it's time for you to release those. Actually, make that as a bit of a homework right now. Take out a piece of paper. Imagine you had all the money in the world and you were going to an island. On a list, write down who you would bring, and not out of guilt, not out of, but their family, they have to come. No, release that. Who would you be happy to see each and every single day, because they're not a stress, they're not a headache, they're not a burden, they're not an obligation? Who would you want there with you? And you'll probably see on the list there's only room for maybe a handful of people. And Source is saying it's time for that handful of people to be who you connect with, and release everybody else. It doesn't mean you're going to have few people. You're just clearing the energy for more people to come in, for people who are actually within the frequency of divine love. It's time for you to release the unawakened, people who are creating absent love. You cannot expect people creating in the absence of divine love to be any help for you. Yes, temporarily, yes, superficially, yes, maybe as a quick fix, but it's always bitter. It always comes with some sort of condition and consequence. You're never free. You're always restricted, always limited, and it's always a burden. And it's time for whatever you receive to be in the frequency of pure love, pure care, pure nurture, pure tending to you, no matter if it's a person, a situation, or an experience. And this is what you're healing to, where Source is saying it's time that you choose energies that are actually assisting you, not a detriment to you. And then finally in the physical, you open up that portal to receive, because Spirit is saying, oh goodness, you have so much to receive. And we saw the 10 of Cups earlier in the shuffle, and the Wheel of Fortune. You have so much to receive. Source is saying we have a lineup of things for you to receive, a conveyor belt. Even my alarm is going off to indicate things coming through for you. Okay, you have a conveyor belt of blessings ready to enter your frequency, but because of all the energies you're tethered, they can't be there. They really can't exist. What you're asking for is of a very high frequency and requires you to be at that exacting frequency to receive it. And the tethers and the energies you're still entertaining, even out of sentiment, even out of guilt, whatever it might be, they keep you unavailable for what's coming in. And it's time that you understand this. in order for you to free yourself, because Source is saying very clearly here that what is actually restricting you from receiving isn't actually you. It's just everything else you're just keeping with you that doesn't align with you. You have done the work. You yourself are brilliant and are ready, but whether it's the relationships or the experiences that you're still holding on to for out of guilt, out of fear, obligation, whatever it is, they keep you tethered from what you are to receive. Again, we see the image of a hot air balloon, where you're in this hot air balloon, and this hot air balloon is stuck within amongst the clouds, and you have these bags that are tethered to the basket of the hot air balloon, and they're the ones keeping you beneath, in the clouds, in this fog, in the confusion, in the crazy. And your guides are saying, release the bags, let the bags fall back down, because the bags are happy down there. They don't want to come up to where you're doing the work, but out of obligation you're keeping the bags. And as soon as you release the bags, the hot air balloon rises above the clouds, and above the clouds, oh, finally you are free to receive everything that's ready for you. And it's time for you to receive yours. And this Mercury retrograde, there's a lot of abundance, there's a lot of opportunity, there's a lot of blessings, there's a lot which is available for you. But you need to close the door on the past. You need to release all the old, and you're having this healing. So we do feel that ready or not, you're going to have this healing, because it's time for the restoration of you. You're not losing anything. It's not a loss. You're cleansing, you're purging everything that's denying you from being in your power, beautiful Sagittarius. And it's time for a wish fulfillment. It's time for a blessing. It's time for you to be wrapped within the frequency of divine love in each and every single moment of your divine experience and existence. Blessed be.